Hi everyone, happy Friday. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic day. I won't be a second, just getting things organised. Because the plan is to make a wagon, so I'm just trying to grab things I may need and hope for the best. Do I have any brown dye? No brown dye there. Okay. I thought I saw rockets in there for a second. So how's everybody's day going? And let's just make sure my mic is working. It seems to be. So, cocoa beans. Nope. Nope. Okay, well, we're right next to a jungle, so we can go grab some cocoa beans. That's not a problem. So, I need you in the right place. Let's head up, put this down, then we'll go to the jungle. Oh, I've been very busy this week in Minecraft, and we now have the vast majority of the castle-y thing done. That should get me up high enough to go over the top. Let's put this lot down near my second shulker monster. I've still got the roofs to put on, but this side of the castle is progressing well. We'll have a quick turn around and look at it in a minute once we've got some. I see cocoa beans. Yeah. So I'm not sure whether to do the seat of the wagon brown or red. So we'll see. So yeah, this side of the castle is very much underway. And we have, there's a lot of the towers still to do and front bits. But we've now got to that part, so I can't complain. See if we can get them and over the top. They have a white bed here that we can re-dye brown if I decide to go the brown route. Right, so first things first, I think there was a couple of bits to finish off here. I won't be a second, just hit refresh, etc. Because we still have to kind of finish off the stalls a little bit. And then we need to put a wagon down there, and then we need to figure out how we're going to terraform this area. So what I need is some fences, fence gates, dark oak fences. So we need at least 2, 4, 6, 8 fences. And a bunch of 8 fence gates, I should say. Oh, that's the plan. Where did I? Your fences, which is fine. Got some sticks. Now where? dark oak fences, we'll need those. That's nether brick, so we don't need them. We will need some of those. Where did I hide you? Okay, I guess I must have used it. I didn't think I'd used them all. I was wrong. Fortunately, we have a bunch more. So gates. Got 8 gates. Let's see if that does. We can always make more. Oh, well, that was the wrong place. I'm gonna need an axe. Because I will place more things wrong. We kind of have to do the same on this opposite side. Get this lot in. Right. And then we need an extra row along here. Okay, so we ran out. I need some buckets of water as well. So, dark oak. Go through it very fast. Thought the 38 would be enough. But nope. Half slabs. I don't have half slabs with me. But I have full blocks, they'll do. And did we? Oh, we brought those out a bit, didn't we? So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th, which means these can disappear. And then we just left those 2 edges overlapping. Hi Sam, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good day. We're just going to finish off the stores and then we've got a wagon to build in the middle. Shift. I always forget you have to use the shift on these. Okay, so we need a bunch more cobble and cobble, mossy cobble, cracked and so on. Your body's sore and you're tired, but you're just chilling. Oh, good. Give it a chance to recover. You okay, or was it from exercising, or hopefully you didn't have an accident? If you did, I hope it wasn't too bad. Right, so we don't want those. We want the mossy, we want the normal cobble, we want the tuft. Normal cobble. Grab a few more of that. So what I need, cracked. Grab some moss. Let's a whole bunch more of you. Should do. Anything else I can think of? Think that's it. Your mum smashed a very heavy flower pot and you had to carry it right after I got home from therapy. Ouch, to the garage. Yeah, that would cause a bit of an ache. Some of those flower pots are really heavy. So I could see how it would cause you to ache, especially after you just had therapy. Tough is the one I haven't used yet. That in the corner. Okay, so that fills that bit in. Then we can stick a whole bunch of hay in there. When you ate breakfast, you had shaky noodle arms. Yeah. Not surprising. So let me... These just a little bit different sizes. Okay. Yeah, the light level will be fine because of that back wall bit. Okay. So that'll do there. Now we've got to figure out the wagon. You did sort all 71 shulkers. Oh, that's awesome. Once you get started, it's not too bad, but it's getting the motivation to get started when you've got that many of them. I'm glad you got them all sorted though. So they're in this back corner. Let's get rid of you lots. Because we don't need those yet. Going to put this lot away for a second and then figure out what we need to take with us. So I want you. Do I have any normal? Okay, let's go grab some blackstone and some deep slate. I don't need much of each. You just put everything on the floor and put it on a crime podcast and went for 2 days. Yeah. It can take a lot of time to get rid of a whole bunch of shulkers. especially if they're all messed up like mine usually are. Right, so blackstone. I want some blackstone and I want some deep slate. So I usually have a bad habit of just throwing everything in them. You still got a spare chest so you can hoard more stuff? Oh, that's okay then. Plenty of time to hoard more things. So, I want... And let's switch you out. I'm not sure which one's going to work the best, so I'm going to bring both with me. You can go in here for now. Oh, that might have been a better idea. I wonder. I'm going to take some of those with us as well. Then signs, you, trapdoors, stairs. I'm going to take all the beds. I'm not sure which ones we're going to use. Let's get you. Take you. Got some slabs. We'll start it off and see what we come up with, because I don't have a plan for the wagon. We're going to be throwing things down and seeing how they look and hoping for the best. It may work, it may not. Right, so first things first. Let's move you to here so it's still lit up but not annoying. So now that was a hiccup. It's showing the redstone. I don't like that. That's not going to do, so I'm going to have to figure something else out instead. Maybe some levers? Hi Puri, thank you for the resub. Wow, 13 months? You're another crazy person. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. Right, so let's put you there. We want cobblestone and sticks. You back. And you back. You okay? Oh, I'm ticking along. Back to work on Monday, but I've made a lot of progress this week, so I'm happy. So I have to get rid of you. Yeah, I had this week off work. Oh, hang on. Maybe I didn't need to do that. Let's just put those there a second. And I can put a lever directly on them. I need a bucket of water so I can float down a little bit. Yeah, back to work next week though. Okay, so I've got 2 buckets of water. The only problem is it comes to an end too soon. Nope, it popped, so that won't do. So we are going to need the blocks. Okay, so if we put you there, can I pop out? Grab you. Okay. Gonna need a bit of stone. Stone should be here. Let's see if I can float down a bit. Give me a block to stand on. Okay. And then really should go this way. Cobblestone. Okay. Then I do that one, then that should sort that out, and I don't have that big red line there. They really got by fast. Yeah, they do. They go by too fast. Okay, so I want to come to 2, 3. That wasn't far enough down. I'm hoping I haven't got any redstone down there that lot's going to interfere with. I don't think so. I think the farm is over that side. So I need a mossy. I want this one. Okay. You're not going to work while that one's there, are you? You're going to be awkward. Oh, what can you say? It's the way it works. Right, so now I want you. Okay. You're right. Guess I didn't double check. Yeah, I'm trying to build a cart. Okay. Oh, I see what I did. Silly Pendle. Huh? There we go. Right, so now we got the shafts. So, wondering about you. Oh, it may be too wide. And then on the edge. No, I don't like that. Okay, I don't like that at all, which is fine because I wasn't sure if it would work or not. So in which case we can just put those on. So I'm trying to make a wagon to go with the stables. System error. So it's kind of trying to come up with something as and welcome to the stream. Grab you. Not sure how it's going to work, but we'll figure something out. Well, I don't particularly like. Okay, so let's try the half slabs. And let's grab some stairs. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I really do appreciate it. I do tend to forget to drink enough. And then when you're talking, yeah, you end up with a cough. So thank you very much. Right, so let's try some stairs. Grab more slabs. I grab some type of those, though I'm not sure they'll work. Grab those as well. If we can get a rough shape, I can then figure out if I like the colour. If I do, great. If I don't, we can switch things out. But first things first, let's try and get a shape. So I don't want it that way up, that's for sure. We'll remove those in a minute. So maybe half slabs on here. So there's no guarantee about the colouring, but that's okay. We'll take these middle ones out in a second. Where are you? Here. Well, the wagon have a roof because if you can make it out of wool, I could make it out of wool and use fences and fence gates for supports. Yeah, true, but I'm not sure if it's going to have a roof or not, but we can give it a try and see where we get to, because it's supposed to be a farm cart for hauling. I'd say, you know what I mean, hay and supplies to the castle. But I'm not sure I'm keen so far on how it's turning out. Hi Nezzy, how are you doing today? You like the imagination? That's cool. Yeah, it's a case of getting things as I would like them to be. No, that's too low down. Ooh. I wonder. Should it be 3 wide? And then I could potentially put something like that in the middle that you'll kind of hitch your horses to on each side. Rather than it being even. Or would that then become too big? That's a query as well. I think I'm going to make it one wider. We'll give it a try. If I like it, fine. If I don't, well, we can always switch it back. It's only blocks. What about for, because the horses need 2 supports so they don't? Possibly. But would 4 be... Yeah, because then it would... Yeah. It's 4. Let's just put this back a second. Where are you? That would need to change. Because it's not attached to anything. Let's grab... Not too chunky. I need a couple more of those. But it's always worth trying things. True, if it's 4, it needs pretty big horses, whereas it could have 2 kind of side by side in there. Because I was wondering about 5, but 2 might... Let's get a couple of them. This is a server. It's at Tango Tech from Hermitcraft's Patreon server. Okay, so let's see if I've got some of those. Don't have any more grindstones, just sitting there gathering dust. Nope. What are they called again? The grindstones. Yeah. So half slab sticks and planks. Okay. Half slabs will be in here. Let's go grab some sticks out of the furnaces. Like I say, it's a Patreon service, so if you ever do and you want and you're thinking about it, it is. That is the link to it. It's the perk for the $10 a month tier. Here we go. Let's grab some sticks. Gives us a few more. But yeah, it's a Java one rather than a server rather than a realm. Right, so we need to make some more of those. Now that I've got the bits, I should be able to make them. That gives us 4. I think I'm going to make a few more just in case. Let's find... Can I use bamboo planks? Yep. It's probably a lot more than what I need, but they'll come in handy somewhere else. They always do. Let's get rid of the black stone. I don't need. The deep slate I decided I didn't like, so they may as well go back there. Splat. You think I'd be able to fly around my own castle by now, wouldn't you? It's big enough, but nope, I still slam my head into a wall. But then again, oh, I also have to bear in mind the entranceway. So the entranceway is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only 8 wide is the entranceway, so... I don't want those there though. That's too high. I can't have them that height. Hang on. Yeah, you're fine. Because I wouldn't be able to put stuff inside it if it was that height. These are the bits I'm not keen on though. So I think I'm going to switch those. Let's try some a view. Need a blocked place against. Then we can use this underneath. Another one of you. Not quite. That seems a bit weird. But I guess that it's getting longer. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise. There's lots of people die by kinetic energy, yeah. And I don't tend to use totems. I don't think I've ever used one. Right. So do we want these? This would be where I would put. This was a bit I wasn't sure about. I know that's wrong. It's too low down as well. That's the height at there then, isn't it? Would need to be there. And the thing is, if I put it that way, it looks a little weird with this white bit, which is why I was putting it the other way. But I'd have to hide it. I think that would be a problem. Right, so if that is there, I may end up having to just use half slabs. But I'm not sure I'm keen on that. Yeah, the beds look strange, so it was just a thought. And if we don't try, we don't know. You're on holiday and it's 1:44 a.m. That's cool. Yeah, this is my last official day of holiday. I'm back to work on Monday. Then we have some barrels. Let's grab some barrels. I can fly some of the time. A one-tick piston push. A block into the head. Remove the bed the bed half. Oh, okay. I missed. If you derail a minecart on that seat area. Yeah, but I have to be careful with entity counts because we're only allowed so many entities in the area. We're allowed 50 per loaded area, and I have about 18 or 19 villagers below me. So one tick push. Right, so well, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, that's too high anyway. It would have to be... Yeah, no. problem is the height of it. The bed seems to be on the bottom half rather than the top half. If I could get it on the top half, it wouldn't be too bad. Possibly, I don't know, and we don't have armour stands, so... You lost track of time in Oblivion? But did you have fun, Miss Mist? Okay, so... It's okay, let's just put them there a second. And I have the option of... Okay, we can have that as kind of a cushiony thing. The thing is, we can always switch out some of the block. Yep, even better than the first time in 2006. Don't think I've played Oblivion. I will have to add it on to my list for the YouTube channel. It's always cool to find something to play. And I played Skyrim a while back. Not on the channel, but just in general. And I really enjoyed it. I didn't play Morrowind either. I've played Elder Scrolls and Skyrim. But they're the only two I've played. Right, so these I'm not sure of like that, so let's try the other way instead. You love Morrowind? Yep, I will have to give that a try as well. That's not right. That really doesn't look right. I think this one only looks right because there was a big gap there. Like I say, the colour I'm not sure about yet, but we'll figure that out. Now, I'm going to change that and put these on the outside instead of the inside. But not there. Definitely not there. I'm wondering if it should be longer. But then I always struggle with tiny builds. We all know that. Nope, that's not going to work. No, it's too squat. It's either too wide or it's not long enough. Okay, let's add an extra block. Should have another block at least. Well, you shouldn't be that blocked, that's for sure. Because I don't have any others of those ones in this area. So you should be here. Okay. Wrong place. I got a bunch of birthday money, so it might be worth my seeing about picking it up. Let's go one further back. Gives me something to place the block against. Not going to leave it there, but at least it gives me something. Well, that's not going to work either, is it? Bless it. Oh. I don't know what. I don't know how I did that. Oh. It's surprising how often I get a block under a block and I don't always know how I did it. Okay, here we go with the band hammer again. People trying to sell viewerships. You'd think they'd learn with the bots. Right, so don't like that. Okay, so let's switch it around. What I don't like is the fact that you can see that big gap. Maybe I switch to half slabs for part of it. There's still a big gap. I suppose I can switch that around. There. Then we had that bit like that, didn't we? Then I would put those two there instead. You kind of got a little tailgate. Signs maybe? Yeah, signs would be better, you're right. Let's try signs. Yeah, because that reduces the amount of visibility of it. And oh, I can't, can I? Which would be a shame. Okay, so we hit a restart, so let's... Yeah, exactly, system error. I think I'm going to do that, put some barrels and hay bales and stuff like that in it. And because that might hide that bit better. You could be 100% right on that. We'll give it a try as soon as the server restarts. It'll just take a minute or so. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that will hide the pistons. And then can have a couple of barrels in there. Thank you for the suggestions. It's always worth a try. We don't mind doing that. We'll try things. If they work, great. If they don't, well, we wouldn't have known. The idea may be a lot better. Go. Get logged back in. Yeah. Let's take that. Whoops. Well, that one, but not the other one. Let's grab. Have some barrels. What I meant to do. I meant to put them up the other way. And let's go grab some hay. We have plenty of hay. The shopping district sells it by the shulker load. Let's... Okay. Not sure. Right, I'm not sure whether or not we've all here, yeah, maybe. Let's get rid of the barrels. Break things up a little bit. You back. Still not sure I'm keen on it. Not the content, the design. I'm gonna get some dark oak. Yeah, the grindstones look a bit out of place. Maybe put the end one on the ground with a fence. Yeah. It needs something to help prop it up rather than it being floating in the air. That's for sure. Let's grab you. Grab some fences as well at the same time. We have you, and we should have... Don't make some... No, I've got them in my inventory. Let's grab... Doesn't quite match. It doesn't quite fit, does it? Too much of a middle. It's not. Okay, going to alter things just a little bit. No. Wrong one. Can... Nope. Can't do that. Quite right either. It's too high up. Nope. Doesn't work that way either. Okay. Trying to think if there is a way. Okay, let's try fence. Do I have any? Don't have one on me. Let's just go make one. Is streaming? Streaming is something I do for fun. Mind the first two grindstones, never mind. Use a stair for the corner. Possibly. We'll try a stair and going to grab. Do we have any mud? Do we have mud walls? Hang on. Have some mud here. Can I? It's closer, but it's not close enough. Okay. So, yeah, let's try the stair as you were saying. So I'm just going to put that there and there. Get rid of this one. Then I'm going to change it in a second. Still doesn't fit, does it? I think it's because it's yep. Well, when what I plan to do out here is I need to bring a bridge over from there, part way over onto the island that I'm going to be making. And then I want a dirt path that goes up round part way through some woodland around here to come through to a jousting area to then come up to these windows there are going to change and become doorways. I'm going to lower them down and then we'll have a double set of doors there. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, that could work well. That could work well. Right, so took me a minute to cotton on, but yeah, we could do that. And then let's get the fence. Kind of like that. Yeah, no. Okay. How about a half slab? No, it's we may just have to pretend. Exactly. We will just pretend for now unless something else crops up while we're building. Now, got some dark oak. I'm wondering about throwing in some mixing the colours up a little bit. But dark oak, we need to mix the colours up a little bit, but it might be better to mix it with oak. Oh, maybe not, because we've got dark oak there. We've got dark oak in kind of darkish oak colour in there. But I won't use dark oak trapdoors, that's for sure, because they would look really wrong. After all, they look more like chocolate bars. You know. It's a shame. Yeah, that's a shame. I was thinking it might... It's a shame you can't leave it at a quarter. Yeah, it's always fun. Eventually I'll figure something out. Just a little gap that's annoying, bless it. But hey, it's Minecraft. We have to play with the limitations we've got. And I'll leave those two there for that. Or we do something different. What I'm going to do... we have the legs there instead of on the bits that hold the horse. That might work better. Monday, Tuesday, Fridays, the same time as now. So we're about an hour and 20 minutes in for 2 hours. Rotate the grindstone. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's better. It hooks onto it a lot better. Okay, I'm happier with that. Right, so we still have to figure out sorting out the terrain though. And lighting things up. Because, yep. Exactly. It's always fun to see what people can come up with. And like I say, the suggestions are always welcome. Oh, we need the water yet. So let's get rid of the stuff in my inventory. Let's grab some more carrots. And let's get rid of you and add you to my shulker monster. Because shulker monsters are a thing. So we just need to fill the trophins. Well, I'm not sure where you went, but you didn't go where I wanted you to. Go. So that gets us that. I need to finish that off and add those the same decorative blocks as we've got there in that. Still got doors to make and the rest of this area to sort out. So you can go away for a second. And I wanted deep slate. You'll do. Do I have any frog lights here? Don't think I do. Okay, let's. Grab the trapdoors back because we're going to need those. There's lots of areas we still need to add detail to. And of course the interior. So let's grab the frog lights. Fortunately we have lots of people who like to make farms on the server. So frog lights aren't too bad to get hold of. Okay, so trust me, it's guaranteed. I forgot to convert the deep slate into tiled. There we go. Do another face plant. Wrong one. And I need a stair as well. They could, but they'd be banned. If you grief or PvP without consent, steal, anything else like that is permaban. So, and it's strictly enforced. So you can leave things about, you can forget things in the shopping districts and somebody will just say something's been forgotten. The mods will check who it belongs to and get it back to them. It's really good that way. I wanted this. And when you're paying $10 a month to play on a server, you know what I mean, you don't. Why would you waste the money and grief people? I tend to build on my own more than anything else. It's what I do. I tend to be a solo builder, though there are people who build in groups or give shout who usually need a hand with building. This one, I think. Do I want to change that? I do. Yeah. Yeah, it gets logged. There's special plugins for it. Yeah, if you need stuff, you are. People are usually very generous. Plus, we have a community chest monster that gets people's spare stuff gets put there. There are farms, public farms, pretty much for everything. They give away free shulker shells. What can you say? What I want. Let's get you. I want you. Yeah, I know. But I know I knew why you were asking, because you don't want to be building a base and have somebody grief it on you. I fully understood where you were coming from, because I've played on public servers before, and I built a large cruise ship, and because I'd forgot to, and they had a plugin, and because I'd forgot to claim one line down the centre of my ship, somebody decided to dig out the centre of my cruise ship. I wasn't impressed. Hi Ali, and thank you for the meow. So yes, even if somebody destroyed it, if somebody blew up my entire base, the person would be banned and then the mods would restore it. So if somebody did that, the chances of that happening are very, very slim. But it would be dealt with harshly. Oh, hang on. I misdid something. That top block needs to change. That top block needs to become that one. Yeah, that's true. But some blocks don't. But yeah, it's not something I worry about at all on this server. And I've played on this. This is season 10, and I started playing at the beginning of season 3. Right, so we need to do something similar on that side. Hi, Half Giant. Thank you for the Phantom. That does remind me, I do need to sleep before the Phantoms start spawning again. Otherwise, we're going to get attacked. Oh yeah, and I do have the regular trolls. But it's always in good fun. But right, so this one and this one. So you would need to change to solid block, not one of you. We'll go rescue that in a second. You would go there and there. And it's all the way down there. Okay, that's fine. No, definitely not. Oh, you make me jump out of my skin half the time. But definitely not. Exactly, nice trolls. It was a case of, okay, where are they? Oh yeah, and occasionally the invisible visitor who likes to play sounds and who made the little launcher out of the breeze things. It's all done in good fun and never anything malicious. Right, so I wanted some more. I want some of those, but I'm also going to need more of these. Oh, I'm also going to need some rockets. I can't remember which way around I did that one. What way around did I do it? I did it that way. Okay. Face plant time. And of course, I'm one short. Okay. It's guaranteed. Yeah. That's not where I want to be. And neither is this. Okay. There we go. Made it. I wasn't sure I was going to. Right. So let's put one of you down here. And we just need the... Go. I hear a zombie. Now where's the zombie? Did I leave a hole underneath for a zombie to spawn? Let's check. I did, yes. I left a block for a zombie. Hello. Goodbye. Well, I've got a floating block there that I'm going to have to deal with. And let's try not to die at the same time. Yep, he was definitely chilling. Okay. So we had to taper that tower in just so I had room to build the stables. When we finish it, it needs to go up a couple of these yet to match the height of that one. Right. So maybe what we'll do, we'll go grab the barrels and we can dot some just Java. Yeah, it's a Java server system error. You there. You can go here. Stone is over here. More junk blocks here. Do barrels let light through them? Probably not. Oops, wrong place. I'm trying to think of how we light up the area. A light level overlay mod. Okay, so we've lots of spawnable spots there. Maybe when you there. Okay, let's get rid of that before it annoys too much. Neither do cobwebs. Okay. Let's stick a couple of barrels in the corner. Okay. Now we've got to figure this thing out. Because I don't want it to be such a straight line. I know as I alter things, I'm going to have to fill in some of the walls again, but that's okay. We'll sort it out. It's 5 blocks. Has to be a minimum of 5. I'm going to do 8. We're going to have to shape this up slightly. Place it over a zombie. It doesn't burn. True. Wow. Yeah, I guess it cobweb over a zombie and it won't burn. It's an interesting thing, I guess. You learn something new every day. That's awesome. We'll go rescue the blocks in a minute. Thank you for the creeper, Sister Mera. Oh. Looks like it's doing okay. I was just checking the redstone. Sometimes it gets unloaded weird. Then I end up with farm items not being loaded into, crafted and loaded into the shulker loader. Yep. Let's go rescue this lot. Anything more? I think I've got them. Okay. Yep. Let's head back up. Then you need to come out. You need to be flattened. Just let's shape this a little bit. Okay. Right, so I need to bring this up a little bit. I should have probably pushed it back 10, so I could have brought it up in a half slab height. You're planning on doing what? You were planning while I was in the shulkers. Yeah. So it's going to go. We're going to end up altering it slightly. So I'm going to go half slab of height. Unfortunately, all the blocks I've used, apart from the cracked, have a half slab variant. Though I may end up curving this round a little bit. I really got used to the swift sneak on the pants. It makes the building a lot easier. So I'm going to curve it round, but if I get this bit done, then try and figure out this side bit as well, and then we'll figure out where we need to do the curve from. Because that way it can go up, like I said, half slabs. Right. So it doesn't look quite as steep. How did it go with the doctors, Miss Mist? Hopefully it went well. So we need some more. I'm not going to leave it as straight lines because it'd look really weird. But we'll use the straight to start with. Okay. Now we need to do the same this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is here. Brings us halfway through the door. Okay. So I know where it needs to go to. So let's do some curving and work with the shape now. Kind of want it to curve around. So let's take it out a little bit more here. And then I'll push it back a little bit. Let's step it around. still kind of not quite right. Okay, so nope, that's not going to work. And I see why it's not going to work. Because I haven't taken the... Those puppies are cute. Phantoms, it's night time, yeah. Let's try and sleep a bit and see if that helps any. Reset the timer. There we go. So I really should shape it in from here. Rather than from the other one. That's okay. Get it figured. So you're there. I don't like that, so let's push that back a bit. And then we're going to do the same here. Oh yeah, I'm not too bad at the moment, but the number of times in the past week or so I've died because I haven't kept an eye on my elytra. I should keep a lot closer eye on it. Right, so this needs to move just a little bit back. I get busy building and flying between things and then just forget to check. Happens a lot. Okay. Let's go rescue these. Right. We need to shape the courtyard so that this can come round without too much trouble, and then we have a smooth transition up to the upper level. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going to be building a larger island. I started the island over here. I started building and doing a little bit of terraforming on the island, though I need to sort out getting rid of some of the torches. But I need to bring that out and around, all the way around. Yep. So yeah, an island's going to come around all the way. It's going to connect onto this jungle with a bridge and then come up with a large pathway coming around the island as I build it around here up to this side where the main entrance is going to be. And then it'll go all this wooden bit all the way around will be hidden by the island. So yeah, the dungeon area, which we haven't finished yet, there's still a lot of work to go on it. Yeah, we're about 6, almost 7 months into the season, so we have probably another 4 or 5 months. So I've got a lot of building to do. But this week hasn't been too bad because I've got most of this side in this week. I've just got a little bit to finish off, which I'm hoping to get finished by... it is a lot of castle. And then it's going to be a whole lot of island and a lot of interior. So yep, there's lots still to do. I think the castle's about 500 by 500. Something like that, 400 by 400, 500 by 500 in size. So yeah, there's still a whole lot of building. But it's not too bad. It's getting there. And we didn't start building the castle until, if you remember, it was what, January when we started building the castle? From end of mid-September till Christmas was dungeon work. I'm not sure. OP jumps. Yeah. So yeah, like I say, it's about 500 from one side to the other. So it's not tiny, so there's still a lot of work to do. But I'm really pleased how much I've got done this week. By the end of the weekend, though I do need to record this weekend as well. I need to find time to do some more recording for the YouTube channel. I'm hoping to have the walls and the roof in. Not for Minecraft though, it's the VOD scope on the channel, but it's mostly other games that get played on the YouTube. All sorts of puzzles and Hogwarts, Elder Scrolls, bits and bobs of this and that. Return to Moria. Oh, hang on. The details are... Let me just grab them. They're in the... Be a second. Hit that. I can never remember the commands. That's it. Let's copy it. Go V. There you go. That should be a link to the channel. But yeah, I do need to do some of that this weekend. Otherwise, I'm not going to have everything covered for next week. But I want to hopefully complete the walls and the roof of the castle. I may not get the decorative bits round the tops done, but I'm hoping to get a lot of that, the rest of it in. So that we can start hopefully next week working on some of the interiors. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. You're the 147th? That's cool. The previous seasons of Titancraft and Minecraft are on there as well. Okay, so we need to pull this out just a little bit. Knock those back a bit. Just knock. We need to bring it around here a little bit more. This is too square, but we'll figure it out. But we've hit the 2-hour mark. 3 AM. Good night, and I'm about to call it a stream anyway, so you have a good night, good rest of your evening sleep. Take care and have fun. Okay, now let's see who is streaming and who I can send you amazing people to. Okay, so it looks like Cub Fan is streaming. So we will send you Cub Fan's way. /raid Cub Fan. I'm going to go grab some food because I am hungry. You guys take care of yourself. Have fun. Hopefully I'll see some of you on Monday. If not, whenever next you can make it. And as always, you always make it so much fun to stream. Bye now. Have a great weekend.